Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. So we've been graphing lines. Well, what we're going to be doing today is starting with graphing of what we call systems and talking about systems of equations. Now, what a system is two or more equations in which we're wanting to know what they have in common. Okay, in other words, what set of numbers will make both of the equations true. And in this case, we're working on linears, so we're going to talk about two lines and want to know what they have in common. As we progress throughout the year, we'll change it from lines to maybe parabolas or absolute values or whatever. But again, the definition of a system is what numbers make both equations true, or in this case, what point makes both equations true. So there is multiple ways of finding that, but we're going to stick with graphing today. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on one of these and show you how it works. So we are going to graph this just like what you would normally graph. Our first one here is going to have a slope of a negative 2/3 and a y-intercept of 0, -4. So I'm going to go ahead and graph that. 0, -4, slope of a negative 2/3. Now, negative 2/3 would be down 2, right 3. But as I can't do that, I need to go up 2 and then left. Now, again, remember, this is going to be going down because it is a negative slope. And I will try to draw this in the best that I can. But it is very hard with my tablet here. So we're going to have an equation or a line that looks like that. Okay, so let's do the next one here. So it has a slope of a negative 2/3 and a y-intercept of 0, -3. Now, from what we've done in the past, you should already start kind of recognizing that my slopes are the same, so I should have parallel lines. So let's go ahead and graph. So 0, -3, slope of a -2. So I can go down 2, right 3. I could also go up 2 and left 3. Okay, and draw my line. I'll get it as close as I can. Okay. You guys be sure you definitely need to use a ruler. I can't with what I'm doing here, so I'm doing the best that I can. But it does look like those are parallel lines, okay? But the answer is, what do they have in common? And in this case, they don't have anything in common, so my answer would be no solution. Okay? So let's try another one. So my first equation, y equals a -1. Hopefully you recognize that that is a horizontal line, and it's going to be at a -1. Okay, so there's my equation. And then my next one is in slope-intercept form, so it's going to have a slope of 5 and a y-intercept of 0, 4. Okay, so I'm going to graph my 0, 4. Again, I cannot go up, so I'm going to go down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which means I have to go to the left. Okay, because it's a positive slope, so my graph should be going up. And this one's easy to see because what I notice is that they both have that point right there in common. And so that is the answer to my problem, -1, -1. Okay, that is the number that is common. Okay, now, one of the things that you can do is that you can check this, because if you look at the equation up there, y equals a -1, if I put in, this is x, this is y. If I put in my y, that says a -1 equals a -1, which is true. So I can do a check. Okay? If I go to my second equation, y equals 5x plus 4, and I put in a -1 for y and a -1 for x, I get a -1 equals a -5 plus 4. So a -1 equals a -1, and again, that checks. Okay, so we can also do a check on these. So you do need to get in the habit of doing a check, even if it is a mental check. I will have you required to do checks on some of your problems just to make sure you do have them correctly. Okay, well, let's look at, so I'm going to have you go ahead and try the next two and see how you can do on those. And then I'm going to do some with standard form.